Welcome to AC 24/7. I'm Aaron Dean. Republican South Carolina Senator Tim Scott announced on Sunday that he is suspending his presidential campaign. Sources tell CNN that the announcement took many of Scott's aides and donors by surprise. Two people close to the campaign say that they were not given advance notice, even though it was becoming increasingly clear that he was facing an uphill battle to break through the field of candidates. Scott was one of 5 GOP hopefuls who participated in last Wednesday's debate in Miami. A Republican official who supported Scott tells CNN that Scott provided an optimistic and hopeful message, but that's not where the Republican base is right now. Congress has until Friday to pass a spending plan and avert a government shutdown. House Republicans are working on a 2-part plan, but it's not a long-term solution, and it faces an uphill battle among some right-wing Republicans and possibly Democrats. The Advocate Channel's Jen Sullivan breaks down the proposed plans and what it will take to avoid a government shutdown.
Time is running out for Congress to pass a funding bill and avoid a government shutdown.
Nobody wants a government shutdown.
Lawmakers have until midnight Friday before many government operations will be forced to halt. A plan must first pass the House and then the Senate, but newly elected House Speaker Mike Johnson hasn't even set a date for a possible vote on a spending deal in the House.
I'm not exactly sure how he's going to play this, but he's not off to a great start.
On Saturday, Speaker Johnson announced a plan on a GOP conference call. It's split into 2 parts. The first bill would extend funding until January 19th and would include money for military, veterans affairs, transportation, housing, and the energy department. The second part of the bill would extend funding until February 2nd and include money for the rest of the government. But it lacks deep spending cuts many right-wing House members pushed for.
We got $1.7 trillion deficit this year, and where, under any circumstances, can they come to bring themselves to have an offset?
Neither bill, though, includes additional aid for Israel or Ukraine, something many lawmakers want to see.
I want to see that get done as expeditiously as possible. I also support aid to Ukraine.
If the government shuts down, millions of federal employees won't get paid.
The impact across the country could be significant. Not all services will be continued to be provided, so all of those could have a bad ripple effect.
I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
The man known as the Kon Shaman, who gained notoriety for breaking into the U.S. Capitol during the January 6th attack, is running for Congress. Jacob Chansley has filed paperwork to run as a Libertarian in Arizona's 8th Congressional District. He was best known for wearing a horned fur hat and sitting inside the Senate chambers during the attack. He was convicted and sentenced to 41 months in prison 2 years ago. He was released to a halfway house last March. The U.S. Constitution does not prohibit felons from holding federal office, but Arizona law prohibits felons from voting until they have completed their sentence. More than 1,600 Harvard University alumni say that they will withhold donations to the school until it takes action to address anti-Semitism on campus. It's part of a wave of challenges to colleges across the country aimed at addressing hate speech sparked by the Israel-Hamas war. The Harvard College Jewish Alumni Association was formed last month in the wake of the school's response to the October 7th attack on Israel. Organizers say that it is the first Jewish alumni association in history of the university. The group is asking for Harvard to address several matters like recognizing their alumni association as a formal special interest group. It says that it also wants to help ensure the protection of Jewish students on campus and officially adopt the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance's definition of anti-Semitism. Thanks so much for joining us for AC 24/7. For the Advocate Channel, I'm Aaron Dean.